Post play. A post play in basketball is a nickname for the players that likes to post up. A post play is when an offensive player puts their back to the basket and try to use their positioning and strength to score. They stand tall like a post and back their way through the defender. So here's the video example of post play.
A three. Duncan again, right back to Duncan. Haslam bodying him up. Duncan flicks it up, and
It's this simple. Throw the ball to the Hall of Famer, clear the side, and let him go to work. Duncan sweeping across the middle for the little running hook to cut the Heat lead.
A post play are played in most cases by the larger players on the team, typically the power forwards and center positions. Also, the video is shown featuring Tim Duncan's post play, who stands with 7'2" tall and playing the power forward positions that's fit for the post play.
Legal guarding position. After LGP is established, blocking is illegal personal contact that impedes the progress of an opponent with or without the ball. Legal guarding. Every player is entitled to a spot on the floor, first without illegally contacting an opponent. Obtaining a legal guarding position. The guard must have both feet on touching the floor. The front of the guard's torso must be facing the opponent.
No-charge semicircle area. The no-charge semicircle line shall be marked on the playing court limited by a semicircle with a radius of 1.25 meter measured from the point on the floor beneath the exact center of the basket in the inner edge of the semicircle. The semicircle are joined to two parallel lines perpendicular of the end line. The inner edge 1.25 meter from the point of the floor beneath the exact center of the basket, 0.375 meter in length and ending 1.20 meter from the inner edge of the end line. The no semicircle area are completed by imaginary line direct below the front edge of the backboard. The semicircle areas are not part of no-charge semicircle area.
Hi, my name is Cal from DSHM2C. I'm from Group 2, who was assigned to report the contacting an opponent with hands or arms. So it says that the touching of an opponent with hands is in itself not necessarily a foul. The officials shall decide whether the player who caused the contact has gained an advantage. If contact caused by a player in any way restricted the freedom of movement of an opponent, such contact is a foul. So, illegal use of the hands or extends arms occurs when the defensive player is in a guarding position and his hands or arms is placed upon the remains in contact with an opponent with or without the ball to impede his progress. To repeatedly touch or jab an opponent with or without the ball is a foul, as it may lead to rough play. So we have here a some example of can we say that it is a foul? It is a foul by an offensive player with the ball too. So first is hook or wrap an arm or an elbow around the defensive player. So it says that yung hook babalutin and ang isang braso o sisikuhin sa paligid ng isang nagtatanggol na manlalaro or the player para makakuha ng para makalamang. Ganon. Then, push off to prevent defensive player from player or attempting to play the ball or to create more space for himself. So, yung push off naman is para maiwasan ang paglalaro ng isang player mula sa paglalaro o pagtatangkang maglaro nila sa bola. Pagtatangkang maglaro ng bola upang lumikha ng mas maraming para makadaya, ganun. Para makalamang sila ng points sa kalaban nilang manlalaro. So, yun. Then, use an extended forearm or hand while dribbling to prevent an opponent from gaining control of the ball. It is a foul by an offensive player without the ball to push off to. So, there's some example. So, una is the get free to receive the ball, prevent the defensive player from playing or attempting to play the ball. So, next is create more space for himself. Yun, lumikha ng mas maraming points para sa kanyang sarili. So, that's all. That's my topic from contacting an opponent with hands or arms. Thank you for listening my part. So, thank you very much and have a nice day.
Hi, my name is Berkash Rodrigo from BSHM 2C. So my topic is principle of verticality. Verticality with the hands and arms. A defensive must keep these hands and arms vertical within his cylinder while defending an opponent. Players are moving their hands and arms forward out of the cylinder as the offensive player compensates his upward motion and contacting the shooter's arms. So, the one's defensive player is we need to stay the hands and arms to vertically inside the cylinder to defend against an opponent. And the other player is move their hands and arms forward on the cylinder. And while starting, the offensive player and the upward motion and contact the arms of the shooter.
Ross and Jones have words for each other once again.
That leave the space wide open for his penetrators.
Look at that. Speaking of penetration,
Unbelievable.
wow, what a quick move there. All of a sudden, konting razzle-dazzle. Nasa Brownlee as well. Pringles wide in game number.
Contact General Principles. Cylinder Principle. Defined as imaginary cylinder. A player who is in the air. A player who jumps into the air from the place on the playing court. Charging. Illegal personal contact with or without the ball. Blocking. Illegal contact which impedes the progress of an opponent with or without the ball. Fouls. A foul in basketball is a rule-breaking action that results in a loss of possession and possible free throws. There are multiple categories of fouls and such as personal fouls, breaking physical action by fouls having different penalties. Flagrant fouls, which player makes unnecessary and violent contact with an opposing player.
Hi, I'm Chris Hernandez and from BSHM2C, and I'll discuss to you what is the meaning of legal and illegal screening in basketball. Screening is an attempt to delay or prevent the opponent without the ball from reaching a desired position on the playing court. Legal screening is when the player who is screening an opponent, was stationary or inside their cylinder when contact occurs. In basketball, an illegal screen is a penalty that occurs when the screener or the player who sets the screen is in violation of the rules for setting screen in the sport. When the screener does not remain stationary once the screen has been set, they can be called for an illegal screen.
In this video, you will learn how to set a screen. Screening is a cooperative piece of teamwork when on offense. Its purpose is to block off a defender in order to free up space for your teammate. To set effective screens, respect these 3 steps: preparing to set a screen, positioning your body, and using the screen. First, preparing to set a screen. To set a screen, take off slowly in one direction, then quickly turn and sprint towards your teammate in order to lure in an opposing defender. Second, positioning your body. Position yourself with your feet shoulder-width apart, knees bent, and the chest straight. Your hands and arms should protect your body, either with your fists over the lower stomach or with your arms crossed and your hands on your shoulders. A good screen will be set up on an opponent's trajectory to block them off. Your feet should be framing theirs. In other words, they should be set wider than your opponent's and perpendicular to them. Be careful. If you move once you've set your screen, you will be sanctioned with a foul for a moving screen. Your feet should stay fixed to the same spot and your body should remain upright. Third, using the screen. After you've made sure that your teammate is in place, lead the opponent defending you directly into the screen so that they're blocked off by your teammate. Your shoulders should touch or nearly touch your teammates to be absolutely sure that your opponent cannot pass in between you. If the screen is effective, you should have several options on how to follow up play by adapting yourself to the defense's move. Facing a strong defense, screens are a good way to create more offensive options. Over to you.
Hi, my name is Jaira Delutindo from BSHM2C. Holding fouls. A holding foul is called every time a player uses his hands to interfere with the opponent's freedom of movement. It is also a holding foul if you purposely step on an opponent's feet. A holding foul is called when a player grabs or holds his opponent in a way that stops him from moving freely on the court. Defensive player commit holding fouls both when offensive player are shooting and when they are off the ball. Ang holding foul kasi minsan mangyayari siya pag magba-box out ka, kaya mag-steal ka talaga. Nangyayari yun kasi hindi mo maiiwasan pero dapat i-avoid natin yun sa larong basketball. So, to avoid holding fouls, you can avoid this by keeping your arms and hands above your waist and in full view of the official while defending. Pushing foul. A pushing foul occurs when a defender pushes an offensive player or bumps into the body of an offensive player. In basketball rules, you cannot push a player while on the offense to gain advantage, but unlike what the basketball rule says, the NBA does allow offensive player to push defender away. They always do it during dribbling. You cannot really do this in FIBA games or in official basketball games. Kaya po pushing foul kasi hindi siya pwede sa basketball dahil minsan nagsisimula ito ng away or minsan naman hindi talaga siya sports ang dating niya pagdating sa basketball. Kaya isa siya sa pinakabawal din sa larong basketball.
If they try to push past the defender already in position. As a general rule, it is the player defending or attacking who approaches the opponent who is penalized for committing a foul. If a player commits 5 fouls, they are excluded from the game. When a foul is called, if the player isn't in the process of shooting, the ball is turned over to the other team. However, if the player is shooting at the basket when the foul is called, they will be granted free throws. There are 2 possible cases. If the shot misses, the player is granted 2 or 3 free throws depending on the value of the attempted shot. If the shot is scored, the points are granted and the player is granted 1 free throw. If a team commits 4 fouls during the same quarter, each new foul will be penalized by 2 free throws. Secondly, fouls related to unsporting behavior. If a player is making rough or excessive contact, the referee can call a foul for unsporting behavior. If a player commits 2 of these fouls during a game, they will be sent off for the rest of the game.
Hi, my name is Fredeline Lahara from BSHM 2C, and my topic is illegal guarding from the rear. Illegal guarding, when a defending player bumps into an opponent from behind. Personal foul, this is when illegal body contact occurs between opposing players. Common examples are charging, blocking, holding, illegal guarding, pushing, illegal screening, hand checking, and illegal hand use. A personal foul results in either a player taking free throws or a team losing possession of the ball.
A charging foul occurs when an offensive player makes a significant contact with a defensive player who has established their position with both feet on the ground and their torso square facing the opponent. This is also applies when the player is in mid-air, taking a shot and the defender then slides in front.
Hardaway Jr. kicks it to the corner, and an offensive foul is called.
Take a look at Smart. That was Smart.
Blocking. A blocking foul is called when one player uses their body to prevent the movement of other player. This is often called when the defensive player is trying to charge but does not have their feet or initiate the contact.
Williams. Count it. The whistle, and here's the call. Williams on the move. T.C. Williams tried to get there, but just couldn't square up. His right foot got down, his left foot did.